I always wake up and I'm like, today is going to change my fucking life.
Chlothegod.
That's me.
Is this your first time in Chicago?
Yes, this is my first time in Chicago. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. I mean, impressions so far, like...
Well, it's cold and it takes a long time to get from point A to point B, but the people are very, very, very kind. The music is nice. The energy is high. I like Chicago. I'll come to Chicago again, no doubt.
Okay. She'll come back, willing to come back. But
Hold me to it.
I've done interviews, people are like, I'm never coming back here.
No, I wouldn't move to Chicago, but I come back here.
And that's fair.
Touchdown, hang out.
Were you based in LA growing up, or like, where have the travels of Chlothegod gone over the years?
A few places. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, originally,
okay.
but my dad was in the military, so I did travel a little here and there, a little up, a little down, a little round and round even. Now I live in LA to make music, my music job.
That's wonderful.
I do it
What
there.
a beautiful thing. How long has music been your full-time situation?
Really only in the last 2 years has it seemed to love me as much as I love it, but I've been making music since I was like 15 and spending my last dollar on studio sessions and traveling and trying to meet people and work in music for as long as I can remember, really. But in the last 2 years and moving to LA and signing with my label, I feel like I'm now getting paid money and can live life as a singer.
You just dropped your first, I mean, it's a project for sure, but
Yes.
would you say EP length or album length?
Yeah,
or sort of somewhere in between?
Yeah, exactly that. I think I'm calling it an EP, my first EP. It's 7 tracks, so
Yes.
not too much, but not too little either. I think it's a healthy little ditty. Shout out to Mindy, no ditty crop. But yeah,
true.
Nearly Straight. Yeah, it's my first big thing.
So if somebody has never heard your music before, what song are you directing them to first?
I think now the answer would probably be My Bad, My Fault. I like jump between all different ones, but now that the full thing is out, I feel like it shows my writing ability, my vocal ability. I like to have fun. It's kind of funky.
Yeah.
It's produced by my friend D. Lily, who's from Chicago.
Boom! Oh, that's why.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because she's a Chicago boy. I also love Out of My Mind, which, you know, if you haven't heard Out of My Mind, listen to Out of My Mind, because I get to do a little bit more of a punk rock thing, which also exists within me. So yeah, I feel like I was really happy of the track list that I picked for Nearly Straight because it has all of the different sides and it's kind of a roller coaster of emotion. But if I had to pick one, I would pick My Bad, My Fault. And if I had to pick two, I would pick My Bad, My Fault and Out of My Mind.
This is where you start, you know, like you have no excuse.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Okay, your most streamed song right now. It's called Camille.
Yes.
All right. Why would you do this? You knew that was my ex's name. Like,
No way.
Yes.
That's my ex's name. Cheers.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit about the process of that one, because maybe this can help me heal.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm no expert. I might not be the advice girl, but I'll tell you my story. Camille and I were dating, and I wrote that song when we were still together, and just loved that song so much, and she loved that song so much, and then we broke up, and we went through this weird thing where we never spoke, and then we were friends, and then I moved to LA, and I was like, I met my friend Mike Irish, who produced Camille. Shout out Mike Irish.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, he started playing guitar, and I was like, oh, this sounds like Camille. You know, do you make music?
No, I don't.
Oh, we talk together. Yeah, you're a talker. But I'm telling you the process. I'm telling you the process.
Yes.
When you make music, sometimes, and I think maybe other musicians can feel me. When you press play on a track and you start to hear the sonic landscape, I think people, places, and things, all nouns, kind of come into your world, and the story unfolds itself. That's my personal process.
Yeah.
And so Mike started playing guitar, and I was like, oh, there's that girl that I love. So I took that song from years ago, from when we were together and madly in love, and put it on that, in that moment, and played it for her and played it for her mom. That was a big thing. I was like, oh, I mentioned your mom. So we got Karen's approval too, which is a hard thing. Not this Karen. She's a great lady. I think something that was really important to me is I love very deeply and very openly and very honestly, it feels good for me to just to love somebody. And no matter how something ends in intimate love or platonic love, I think the feeling doesn't always fade. And so I love her to this day, and I think our love is kind of immortalized in that song. And what's really special now is other Camille's get to kind of shine in that moment too. Yeah. So I think love transcends just a relationship or just a moment or just a year, and that's why I made that one.
You seem just like a very warm person, you know, very outgoing. It's wonderful talking to you.
Thank you. It's wonderful talking to you.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Have you always been this way? Or I think that's really the question.
I guess so. I think I'm an Aries, so I'm a fire sign.
Oh, I'm an Aries.
Okay, shout out Aries. Cheers.
Boom.
I feel very warm and feel very fiery and feel very spicy and feel very fizzy and feel very So I kind of naturally like to do that. And then as a girl, I grew up, my family is very into sports, they're very athletic. My uncles play basketball and football, and my brother played football, my sister ran track. And so I kind of grew up in a jockey family, which is a performance in its own way. Shout out my family. But I didn't always feel like I had space to kind of be my full self until I started making music, and I did a theater thing for a short stint of time.
So did I.
Yeah. I can tell. Cheers.
I can tell is interesting, but
well, we're here laughing and chatting and laughing.
I think we know this is a good thing. Yeah, people have their things to say about people in theater.
Let them talk.
Let them talk.
So yeah, I guess in short, the answer is I've always been like this, and also I've gotten older and gotten to grow into myself and be confident and sing my song and feel received and feel loved, and I feel great. I feel validated in who I am as a person and as an artist. So a little bit of growth and a little bit of yes, that's me.
So I actually work at an indie label myself.
Oh, cool.
But I'm curious, you know, what you think about the pros and cons of being a signed artist and earlier in your career as well.
Defo. I was independent for all of the whole time making music so I'm 26. I started making music when I was 15 and I got signed when I was 24. I just said goodbye to 23. So it was like 10 years of the starving artist thing.
People think stuff happens overnight.
Yeah. I've been grinding. I've been hustling. It's been a long journey. And I'm most grateful for that time where I had to get it out the mud by myself, or meeting the people that inspired me to really focus on my craft and really focus on the type of artist that I want to be, and be able to have the answers to these questions because they were asking me because nobody else was. So by the time I met my label, I was like, this is the kind of girl that I am and the kind of thing that I want to do. And I'm really not taking no for an answer. So if you like that, then I love that, you know? And I think people get into situations because they have to, you know? I think making music is really hard. Being a creative, being an artist is so hard to do, to make a living off of. And I think there was times where labels came to me when I was young and a teenager, and then a little older, and I was kind of fucking around and whatever. And I needed the money, but I was like, I really love my personal process, and I have a little bit more growth to do. And so it wasn't really till I met EQT, who I'm signed to now, that I was like, oh, this is my home. And I've been with them for a little while, and honestly, I love them. I think that they're a small team. I'm with Amendi and you know, and other really cool artists. It's not massive. I don't feel left behind. I don't feel pushed to the back. That's a typical con. So not even to say that it's all fucking rainbows and bubblegum drops, whatever the saying is, but I will say I am very happy where I am, and I really love them. And I think no matter where I would be signed to, or if I wasn't, or not, it takes a team of people. As you know, there's fucking 6 people in here. It takes a team of people to create the thing that you really want to. So that's, you know, the overarching pro that outweighs any fucking con.
What's something that people don't know about being an artist, you know, that they should know? The average person.
Let's see. I'm not sure. I don't know that answer. I think the things that sometimes shock me as an artist, definitely the patience and definitely the long game. I definitely always feel on the brink of the next big fucking moment in my life. I always wake up and I'm like, today is going to change my fucking life. And I think only in the last few weeks even have I been like, that constant emotion of feeling different every single day is okay. I used to feel so guilty and so ashamed that I would wake up and just want more and more and more and more. And now I don't. I feel different every day, and it's fine. And that I wake up and I'm excited to go on tour. I wake up and all of a sudden I'm nervous to sing in front of people, even though I've done it before. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I think that no one ever said that it was going to be different every single day. And maybe that's just me in my own mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if you're an artist and you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done, and then the next day you're like, this is the worst thing and I should go back to school and I should quit all this stupid shit that I put all my fucking time into and have no money, I would say keep going, keep going, keep going, and keep fucking going.
Precisely.
You know what I
Precisely.
mean.
And that's really well said. Like, I'd love to have sort of that mentality of every day is new and fresh.
Yeah.
Like, who have you been listening to on tour and stuff like that?
I've been listening a lot to Mindy because she's incredible.
Ooh. I've heard of her.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, definitely check her out. And
Okay,
I've been
okay.
listening to Veda. We were talking about this earlier today, actually.
Veda is so good.
Veda is fire from Atlanta. And then I've been listening to the shit that I always listen to, Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu, shit that just puts me in my mood. Ice Spice, like, damn, she in her mood. That kind of shit. Anything that Ella plays, my DJ.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just, any mix that she sends, I'm listening to that.
Hell yeah. This is Real Ones, of course. So we do like to ask people to shout out a real one in their lives.
Yeah, I'm going to shout out my little sister Isabel's realest bitch on earth. Isabel, if you're watching this, you're a real one. Simple.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. She knows.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Hey people, my name's Chlothegod. I just dropped a project called Nearly Straight. I really want you to listen to it. Above all, thank you for being here and clicking on this video and listening to me ramble and ramble and ramble. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Chlothegod, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
sitting
so
down
much
with
for
us.
having me. Thank you,
Enjoy
Real
the rest of
Ones.
Tour. This is your first tour?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh my goodness, enjoy the first tour.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This one's for the real ones. Never been a chill one.
Aries Nation.
What on my shoulder? Nothing but hell around him, but he know heaven sent him. Or if you don't know gold, you better check the credentials. Better go check the essentials. It can get rough sometimes. Alive.